Hello everyone. We are starting the ray optics chapter from physics part 2. In that the starting topic is refraction of light. So here is the diagram. There are two medium 1 and medium 2. We have considered medium 1 as rarer and medium 2 is denser. The perpendicular drawn, this is a normal. Now a light ray is incident, this is the incident ray. Angle of incidence, the angle which with it makes with the normal is I. Now wherever a ray of light changes medium, what happens is speed changes and therefore it bends, it doesn't travel along the same path. So there is a bending of light whenever there is a change in medium. Because when medium is changed, suppose from rarer to denser, in the denser medium speed becomes less. So there is bending. But where is the bending? Bending is towards the normal. And if it is opposite denser to rarer, if a ray of light is going from denser medium to rarer medium, then also there is a bending, but it will be away from the normal. So in this case, we have considered the ray of light is coming from the rarer, it is entering into the denser medium. So it is bending towards the normal, and R is the angle of refraction. Okay, so angle of incidence or refraction we consider with respect to the normal. Now, we are going to consider there is, for a pair of media, there is a constant term called as refractive index. For that, let us first consider that V1 is the speed of light in medium 1. So as I told, when the medium changes, speed changes. The speed of light won't be same. It is, suppose, let us say it is V2 in medium 2. Then we can define there is a constant for a given pair of media. So if you change this medium 1 and medium 2, that refractive index, that constant is changing. So refractive index denoted by mu is speed of light in medium 1. Medium 1 here means from where it is entering. Speed of light in the medium from where the light is entering divided by speed of light in medium 2. So if you know the speeds, we can find the refractive index which is constant for that given pair of media, that is V1 by V2. We denote this refractive index is of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. So we write it like this, it is refractive index of 2 with respect to 1. So this is the first formula for the refractive index, and that is mu 1. Now suppose the light is entering from this medium to another. Okay, then what will happen? You will have to consider speed of light in medium 2 by medium 1. Okay, let us write that afterwards. This is nothing but relative refractive index, that is refractive index of one medium with respect to another medium, that is relative. Now suppose the first medium, means from which the light is entering, is air or vacuum. Then in that case, this V1 becomes velocity of light in air, which we know it is c. So c by just v, that is called as absolute refractive index. So absolute refractive index is when the medium 1 is air or vacuum. So mu, here we don't write 2 with respect to 1 because one medium is already air. So we just write refractive index of the medium. So mu is equal to c, that is speed of light in air upon speed of light in medium, that is c by v. So here in this case, when the medium 1 is there, we just say refractive index. Suppose the second medium is glass, then refractive index of glass, when I say, it means it is with respect to air. If we say but like refractive index of glass with respect to water, that I will have to mention. But if I don't mention, just I say refractive index of glass, that means it is with respect to air, and that means it is absolute refractive index, which we write C by V. Now suppose the medium 1 is medium 1 and medium 2 are now two different medium, rarer and denser. Then they also have their own refractive index with respect to air. So suppose let mu1 is refractive index of medium 1, means the refractive index of medium 1 with respect to air it means, and mu2 is refractive index of medium 2 with respect to air. It means medium 1 and medium 2 are not air in this case. There are some other medium like glass and water, and they have their refractive index that will be a constant with respect to air. Then we can write even mu21 in the terms of mu1 and mu2. Let us see what formula we get. Now we have already seen a formula, mu21 is equal to V1 by V2. Now we will multiply both this by C. Then I will split it as V1 by C divided by, or this way, C by V2, because this formula you know, divided by C by V1. This I am writing this way. C by V2 is nothing but mu2, because see, mu is C by V, refractive index of any medium. So refractive index of medium 2 will be C by V2. C by V1 will be the refractive index of medium 1. So we get a formula mu2 by mu1. So final formula in the terms of refracting indices. So remember, mu21 is in terms of speeds V1 by V2. In the terms of refracting index, it is mu2 by mu1. There is one more relation. Now suppose we change the ray of light from where it is entering. Now let us say that it is now entering from 2 to 1. So if ray of light is entering from 2 to 1, then in this case there will be refractive index of 1 where it is entering with respect to 2. Okay, see the difference because we have changed the path, reversed it. So here the formula is V1 by V2, here it will become V2 by V1. So you can see that mu21 and mu12 they are just reciprocal of each other. So another formula, mu21 equals to mu1 upon mu12. Means suppose there is refractive index of glass with respect to water, and when I say glass, water with respect to glass, they are just reciprocal of each other, and this is how we get that. So see the formula that all we have written, we'll write it once. Mu21 equals to V1 by V2, then mu21 is mu2 by mu1, and mu21 equals to 1 by mu12. Just mu of any medium is C by V. These are the formula that we have seen. There are two more formula for mu. We have seen in the terms of speeds, we have seen in the terms of refractive indices. Now there is mu, which is the Snell's law, which in the terms of angle of incidence and angle of refraction, sin I by sin R is mu. So the same pair of media that we have considered, if we know incidence angle and refraction, sin I by sin R is refractive index. If you know wavelengths instead of speed, then the formula is also lambda 1 by lambda 2. Okay, so consider the numerical. Calculate the speed and wavelength of light in glass and wavelength in air. When light waves of frequency 6 into 10 raised to 14 Hz travel from air to glass, mu is 1.5. Obviously this mu is because air to glass, this mu is of the glass. So refractive index of glass with respect to air. That means refractive index of just we say glass 1.5. So that we know. Now one very important thing is when light travels from one medium to another, okay, its wavelength changes, speed changes, but frequency remains constant. So frequency will be same whether in medium 1 or medium 2. Now see, what we know is C equals to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second as the speed of light in air. Now we know the frequency 6 into 10 raised to 14 hertz, and we know the refractive index of glass, that is 1.5. Now this is absolute refractive index, so I have not denoted any suffix there. So this is, you can write if you want mu g with respect to air. So we can use the formula mu g is equal to C by V. So C we know mu g, so we can find V, and what will be the V? V is the speed of light in glass. So according to that formula, so we can calculate V. So that is 2 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So this V is speed of light in glass, which is 2 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Now as we know now, we know mu frequency, we know speed by the basic formula relation between speed and wavelength frequency, that is V equals to nu lambda. We know nu and we know V now, so we can find lambda in glass. I put this suffix, this is actually Vg you can put. So velocity of light in glass, we got 2 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Velocity is a product of frequency and wavelength in glass, because wavelength will change. Frequency I am not writing in glass or air because it remains same. So here we can find lambda g by these two known quantities. So 2 into 10 raised to 8 divided by 6 into 10 raised to 14. So that comes to be 1 by 3 into 10 raised to minus 6, or you can calculate that 0.33 into 10 raised to minus 6 meters. This is the wavelength in glass. Now we have to find wavelength in air. For that we will use the same formula, C equals to nu lambda in air. C you know velocity of light in air. So 3 into 10 raised to 8, nu is same, frequency doesn't change. This is wavelength of light in air. So we got wavelength of light in glass, speed of light in glass, and wavelength of light in air. Refractive indices of glass and water. Of course, with respect to air, even if this is not written, it means that it is with respect to air, are 3 by 2 and 4 by 3 respectively. Find refractive indices of glass with respect to water and water with respect to glass. So they have given refractive index of glass with respect to air and refractive index of water with respect to air, that is absolute refractive indices, and they have asked refractive index of glass with respect to water and water with respect to glass. So I'll write mu G is given as 3 by 2. Mu W is given as 4 by 3. What is asked is mu GW and mu WG. So we don't need here speeds because we have a formula. Okay, basic formula, right? We have used initially in the terms of speeds, because speed they have asked the speed and speed of light in air, that we know. But here there is nothing asked about the speeds, and so we can just use the formula. This formula mu21 is mu2 by mu1. So for example, if I want to find mu GW, it will be equal to mu G by mu W. And mu G is 3 by 2 divided by 4 by 3. 9 by 8. Now another thing they have asked is refractance of water with respect to glass. That will be just a reciprocal, because that formula also we have seen. So instead of, again you can use again this formula, or we know that mu Wg, that is water with respect to glass, is 1 upon this. So that will be 8 by 9.